Whoops. Hello, love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards. Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost! If you've got the budget, I've got the time. There he is. Hey, boss! There's the boss. Hey!
The man with the finest beard on this screen.
Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Listen between two beers.
Getting down.
All right. I've already butchered this enough, so let me bring it back real quick. Hello. It is Thursday night. You know what that means. And then you're supposed to go, what does that mean, JPJ?
What does that mean?
And I go, it's another edition of Between Two Beards. I think we got it.
Wait,
boom!
Playing you right now?
I think so. I don't know how this works. But anyway, if you're looking at the screen, this is not a misprint, not a miscue. That is Taryn From Accounting. I am Pluggo. JPJ is on vacation in Ireland, living it up big time in us. So I called in none other than our favorite guest host of all time, our friend, the coolest person in the world, Taryn From Accounting, and the best beard in Between Two Beards history.
Well, you know what I just realized is that the font in Between Two Beards is your guys' beards.
Yes. So the top is mine, and then the bottom is JPJ's. That is done by the one, the only, Zach, Zark, Ampersand Man, whatever you call him. He's a badass at graphics.
He is.
We got people already popping off. I mean, Wordsmith, my bestie, saying, well. Alex saying TFA. Get out of here, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
I'll have an Alex story here shortly. Our old producer. I'll tell it in a minute. We got Ophelia in the house saying TFA all up in day. And then there's me saying, I botched the intro hard, fam. And she's Pluggo misses JPJ. I do miss JPJ, but we're joined by TFA and her dog.
Always.
TFA. We got our Panek. I don't want to.
Eniac, that's my cousin.
Eniac. Okay. And they said the beard is back. That's right. Ecto guy said Pluggo pressing the wrong buttons. Nice to see it change. Nothing's changed, friends. I pushed the wrong buttons. But of course, if you've watched this show, we're 115 episodes into this thing. Oh, and then Morris is in the house saying his beard is pretty okay. We got Brian Sullivan from the Mark Order Pod saying Pluggalo. Apparently now I'm a juggalo.
Oh, cool.
Since the last time we spoke, I gave my.
You get me on one of the gathering shows. My dream is to wrestle for at a gathering. I would.
Is that real?
Right. That's like my WWE.
Okay, I will tell you this. The only way I would go to the gathering of the Juggalos is if you were wrestling on it. That's the only way that would be happen.
Can you imagine a more terrifying place to go? Is a gathering.
No, I would not. I don't think I could do it. I don't know if I could handle it, to be honest with you.
my parents, they're cool, but they're like pretty straight laced, and like obviously small town Alberta, like a little bit like judgmental.
Yeah.
My sister's a filmmaker, and she's always talked about wanting to do a documentary where she takes my parents to a gathering and just films them there, and they have to stay all day. And I think that would be great.
That would be dope with like the perfect like mom and dad get up where they have like the polos and like the khakis. Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome. But we have TFA today. That was I didn't think we would go down the Juggalo talk this early. Thanks, Ryan Sullivan, for bringing that up. But if you've got a question for TFA, fire away. And if you want to guarantee that said question gets read on air, leave us a super chat as well. I'm not talking about certain things, and the guys in the chat already know we're not talking about that stuff today. So don't bring it up. Don't super chat it. I'm not going to say it. And then we got Deborah saying a few of the PWA guys did a Canadian gathering. It was fun. LOL. How'd you say it? I don't want to butcher it. You're the co-host with the most. You can read.
What's that?
The name.
Oh, Ryan.
Ryan. Oh, there's a lot of Ryans in the house.
It said, something about I would enjoy that more than her other show, Farming for Love. There's this show here up in Canada. It's called Farming for Love. It's a reality show that my sister directed.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Where's the better beard, Culp? She's right there. The best beard. The only beard in Between Two Beards history that matters. I was actually going to say I'm a little discouraged that there's not more TFA beard in the intro. There's a lot of rad stuff, which we love them now, but they're yelling at us in that. So that's definitely old footage. We might need to update, Zach.
They're always yelling.
Sullivan wants to know if you can help him figure out his depreciation expense because you are Taryn from accounting.
You know what? If you tell me what that is,
yes,
I will help you figure it out.
Everybody spam the chat with your accounting questions and we'll see how true to form Taryn is. Because the last time we had you on, Taryn, we had you on, JPJ was here. By the way, let's go ahead and squash it now. Got a couple I wanted to air early on in the proceedings. One is JBJ wanted me to let you know he's pretty peeved that you came on while he's on vacation.
Well, that's what happens when he goes on vacation. I fill in.
That's right. That is Culp saying we want JPJ. Well, Culp, Swags, my guy, my buddy, my pal. He's in Ireland. Fly on over. I know you got connections over there. I'm not even going to say why. You already know. But to be honest, it's me and Taryn tonight, bro. Me and Taryn. We're going to tear the roof off this place.
I want him too, though, because I've only ever been on one show with him.
So I was going to say, we talked about it off air. You were on one show with him, and then I think we had you guest host one other time, and then you've been a guest. So you've now been on 4 times. Do we need to get, when the 5th time rolls around, like SNL, you knew they do like the 5 timers club, like the jackets. Do we need to get like something like that? Maybe like a 5 timers fanny pack, maybe?
Yeah.
What would be a good Beardy's 5th guest appearance moniker? Because it's like you and I think Warren's pretty close, if not already eclipsed it. So we got a couple 5 timers on our midst here.
Warren.
We got to figure that out.
I mean, a fanny pack is always good.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what else. A fanny pack.
Like a 5 timers beard brush. We get it engraved.
Yeah, I was going to say like a beard oil.
We send you a nice care package for the 5 timers club. Because you're almost there. We just got to get you back. I mean, before you blow up and make it big, we got to have back. I'm already scheduling you to come back. Listen, when Vince and Triple H call, you got to tell them like Between Two Beards when JPJ goes on vacation is non-negotiable. That was the first beef with JPJ going on vacation. I mean, look. I mean, Between Two Beards merch should be a thing. Bandana like Dirty Dom. I do like the 5 timers bandana. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Spencer, if you're paying attention, we got the people clamoring for the merch. We got to figure that out. We got your buddy Ryan again. Speaking of PWA and the gathering, what's happening with PWA? What is PWA?
PWA is the Prairie Wrestling Alliance, I believe. Not I believe, that's what it is. And they were a local promotion here for a really, really, really long time. It's kind of where like Michael was, Chic, who else? Like Clark was there.
Oh, wow.
Sean Moore. Like that's kind of where a lot of the guys in Love Pro Wrestling, where they or who they wrestled for a really, really long time. It was run by this promoter, Kurt Sorokin. And it was awesome. I got to wrestle for them a couple of times, but then COVID hit and they like never came back, but they were great. Like they had their monthly show in Calgary, their monthly show in Edmonton. They would draw really, really, really well. And it was just kind of like, not like the same production as Love, but like good quality wrestling in Alberta that like you didn't really see many other places.
Boris yelling at me going, what's PWA? How dare I? I'm sorry. My introduction into independent Canadian professional wrestling was Love Wrestling, and I've branched out a little here and there. I'm sorry. If Boris, I'll put it to you, my friend, because you're always so good with this stuff. You send me some PWA stuff. I will watch it. I actually start the vacation after my shoot job tomorrow. I'm on vacation for 9 days, so I'm going to wrestle it up, okay? I know I should spend time with family, but I'll wrestle it up for you, Boris. And we got Bebe in the house. How'd I miss this? He said, when I saw TFA on Dark, she shaved. What? She's a state. She shaved for AEW.
I had to. They made me.
What is your beard care routine? How do you get it to come in so luscious and thick?
Oh, it's just a lot of hard work, a lot of trimming, a lot of brushing. But to get rid of it is a real bitch. So,
I don't do any of that. I'm a terrible beard owner.
Yeah, but you've got such a nicely like.
I cleaned. They went real short when I got it done last time. I wasn't happy about how short she went, but it's growing back in fine. So
that's the perfect length.
Thank you. This is what Mrs. Pluggo thinks as well. She thinks I need to stay here. She doesn't like the Boris said it's very near and dear to many of your hearts, which means it's going to be near and dear to mine. You know how much I love you guys. And if that's where all of you got your starts and I didn't know that and I haven't paid attention, that's on me. I'll get caught up. Now, before we go on any further, I talked about two beefs. There was one with JPJ being on vacation. There's nothing we can do about that.
It is what it is.
I legitimately had a beef last month with you.
Me?
I was going to wait till the appearance to talk about it, but every month at the end of the month, last Friday of the month, every last Friday of the month for the last 18, I send out a tweet to Ophelia saying, make sure you tell TFA I said hello, that we said hello here at the Beards camp. And I could not send that because you were not at LPW.
I know.
And I'm not cool enough with anybody at DEFY to send that tweet out.
Me neither.
So I was like, what am I going to do? But that's a perfect segue because I definitely want to ask you before we get completely off the rails and the shenanigans ensues, how was being a part of DEFY's all-women's show, this new venture? It debuts tonight on WrestleMix or WrestMix. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like it's WRES mix.com.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock. So after you're done here, you can go check it out.
And please do. It was such a fun show to be a part of. No, that's not true. I've been a part of an all girls show before, and they're awesome. Like they really, really are. To have like a locker room full of women who just are like laughing and getting along and just like are so supportive of each other is really great to see and great to be a part of. But also to get to wrestle for DEFY for myself personally is like a huge deal. It's a huge thing. When I first started wrestling, I always said like, I just want to get to DEFY. And so like I've wrestled for them a number of times before, but kind of on these like offshoot, like a little outdoor festival show here or like a show in Portland, or like a couple festival shows. Thank you. But But then to be like asked to do this like really important like first all women's Spirit WC show for DEFY was like really awesome for me.
Yeah, had to be quite an honor to get asked to be included in that.
Yeah, and it was. So like as much as I hate not being at an LPW show because like first of all they're just my favorite shows to be on. All of my friends are on it. The locker room's awesome. Spencer's awesome. The crowd, like, I love.
Hey, cool it with that Spencer's awesome talk on this show.
Sorry, he sucks.
Yeah, get him.
But it was just like so amazing to be a part of this like first ever women's DEFY show. And it was kind of cool to be there. I got to meet some really cool wrestlers that I really wanted to meet. But I also like had so many friends on the show. So it was great to share that with them.
That is awesome. And for those that are wondering, it is up at 10 o'clock and it's free. That's the best part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can see TFA kill it for free.
There was some.
Oh, we got Lawrence, our lawyer in the house, saying shout out to TFA's very real beard. Don't forget, friends, get your TFA questions in, all the accounting, all of the wrestling that happened this week. TFA is caught quite up. Last time we had John, we talked about the hotness of playoff quarterbacks. So we'll see how we do tonight. So no, yeah, I saw that you were on that, and of course I was disappointed you weren't at LPW, but I understood how cool of an opportunity that was, and I just had to ask you how it went. And was it awesome? And the match you wrestled with Bambi Hall, if I'm not mistaken, it was a tag match, right?
Yeah, me and Baby tagged. We've never tagged together before. We've been in matches together, but we've never tagged together. And like, we got really, really good feedback.
Nice.
So like, hopefully that's going to happen again in the future because like we wrestle very similarly and she's been wrestling for so long and she's so chill and laid back and cool and just like wants to have fun. And that's kind of like my vibe as well. But she's also like a fucking fierce wrestler. So yeah, we worked really well together.
Well, so are you. Don't cut yourself short. You're a fierce wrestler too. I've seen you mix it up at LPW. Excuse me, as I'm dying over here. You have to be ready to take over the reins if I die on air today.
I would not know what to do.
And with every time on any show I'm on, if we talk about an all women's show happening, I always go cough, cough, major promotions that say it's not possible. People are doing it all the time. And it's really good. So maybe you should get your heads out of your asses and just make one happen, okay?
You know, if you look in like the Pacific Northwest right now, every weekend there's like an all women's show happening for like the past couple weeks. It's just been like all these tournaments and stuff, and it's so cool.
Joshua Joseph, our dude, gatherings are amazing and very welcoming. I would say this is how I would spin it. As somebody that's never been to one and who's somebody that's only on the outside looking in of the ICP sphere, because I've got, family members that were into it, it's probably super duper inviting if you're used to it. If you're walking into it, it might be like a bit of a culture shock. You might be like, wait a second, what is that? But everybody that's been there, that has gone to 27 of those things, probably is like, that's just Jake. He likes to throw hatchets at Faygo bottles.
Yeah. I assume that they are very welcoming. Like, I'm not afraid of the people per se. I'm just afraid of the chaos. And like nothing wrong with chaos. If people like want to be chaotic, I think it's fucking awesome. But like I'm not a chaotic. If I'm around chaos, like I start to like get so anxious.
This is the only chaos that she could stand right here.
Yeah, exactly.
The occasional guest host spot on Beard. No, again, and I'm not knocking anybody that goes or anything. It's not my cup of tea, but hey, if it works for you and that's what you're into, by all means, you go do that. I
definitely want to go.
I want to
wrestle.
Basically, if you're not familiar with why that conversation even arose, was that a couple weeks ago, the NWA tweeted whoop whoop, And I tweeted, please God, no, don't be ICP. And it was Violent J will be at NWA 75 later this month, appearing. And yeah, so now everybody thinks I'm a juggalo. Thanks, Ryan Sullivan of the Mark Order podcast. Great podcast. Ryan's a questionable individual, but hey, we love him anyway.
Maybe next time I'm on, we can paint our faces like juggalos.
Maybe I would have to enlist some help. I'm not skilled with the hand as much. I'd have to maybe see if Mrs. Pluggo would be down. She probably would. So yeah, maybe the Halloween show.
Oh, fun.
We could do that. I don't know. Are you going to be able to do that with the beard, or is it how are you going to paint the beard? It's going to get messed up in your beard. I one time went as Papa Smurf and it got all in my beard, and it was a huge mess. It was a problem.
I know. I hate it when it gets in my beard.
Have I say not his cup of tea? It's the entire damn pot for play. Damn right.
Sorry.
That dog. Hi. What's your dog's name again? I forgot. Austin. I met Austin in the Wayback Machine when I first met you, and we did the LPW show. And if Alex is still around and in the chat, that poor soul had to edit 2 of those things that took us over 25 minutes because Austin wouldn't stop barking.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I loved it. I was like, have fun with this. Oh my goodness. Well,
I'm yelling for 2 seconds. Austin, enough. He's really become a good boy.
Good. She shut it down. She shut it down. I have kids that crash streams. You have dogs. So we were talking a little bit, and I figure since I got you on before we start the, whatever is about to happen with all the questions and all the comments that were filtered in today, you did miss LPW 17. I'm sorry. We're at 18 this month. What did you think of that as part of the Clandestine Society? And there was a scramble championship involving the Rads, your brothers, Michael Richard Blaze, Stephen Crow, and then of course 7. It was just pure chaos, and you weren't there to be, show your support. Like, what were you thinking? Were you sitting there just like, I wish I'd get in there and just take care of that TJ Cannon guy?
Well, yeah, I think that was the hardest part. As much as I love being a part of the shows, it's like having to, first of all, miss out wrestling with my guys, but then to see to not be able to be there to help fight with them sucks.
To kick a dude in the face.
I would love to kick TJ Cannon in the face.
What is it about TJ Cannon that nobody seems to like?
He's so kickable.
Everybody's like, we just want to beat up TJ Cannon. I think Mars gets a pass because I think he's Reed. And Reed's tough. So
Mars is tough. Yeah, TJ Cannon's tough, but he's just so kickable.
So kickable. I love that. TJ Cannon, if you're watching, you're just so kickable. That's what it is.
In the nicest way.
We should put that on the socials. We'll do that. I do got a good question here. And I admittedly, baby, I didn't even really think about it because last week we had Warren Hayes on doing a SummerSlam preview, and we kind of touched on this a little bit with Warren, but obviously JPJ, Warren, and I aren't the right people to maybe dive into this. He wants to know, what are your comments on the ladies at AEW, considering the recent discussions with the Lufisto thing and maybe the state of the women's division overall? Did you happen to catch any of that?
I did AEW I think 3 times this summer, just as an extra. And I have never walked into a locker room with so many really big stars, especially the women, and felt so comfortable. To walk into their locker room, which you're really not allowed, but I would just go in.
You want. That's right.
Well, no, but before I would use the bathroom before we were told our other one, use this bathroom. Or when I was doing that dark match, I got ready in the locker room or whatever, and they are so nice. They were just the nicest group of women. They would introduce themselves, and then going back further, they would remember you and like wouldn't talk down to you. They would see you in the hallway and be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like super, super nice. They like treated, well, my experiences, they just treated me with like kindness and respect and like a level of like, I didn't feel like lesser than, even though I'm just there like seat filling or doing a dark match or nothing, just sitting back there doing nothing. They just treat you like you're there working just like they are. So, I mean, that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, we touched base on it. I think JPJ tweeted it pretty well. He said, just because her experience wasn't what your experience was doesn't mean she was wrong. It's just she had a different experience than you had. Sounds like you had a great time the few times you've been there. Yeah, that was a great question by Bebe, one of our regulars. I didn't even think to ask you about that. I was sitting here worried about other things.
Yeah, no, it was.
I'm glad you had a good time. That's awesome. And I'm glad they treated you well.
Yeah. I was wearing these like really cool sandals that I had just bought, or like they were these like clogs with these, anyways, they were like very rock and roll. But Renee saw them and she's like, oh my God, I love your shoes. So I showed her like the website and she ordered them on the spot. Like,
really,
like really like fun, normal experiences, not. I've been to WWE and it's very much like keep your head down, put your head down. I'm not saying like it's the women's division. It's just like a different vibe.
Different vibe. Yeah. It's like the big leagues, right? Act like you've been there before stuff. That's why I don't know if I would ever, I'm not a wrestler and I don't think I have a path to ever get signed by any major company ever for anything other than if they need somebody to, botch intros and forget names and stuff. But I don't know, the whole act like you've been there before vibe just doesn't work for me because what I'm doing's got me there. So I wouldn't know if I'd be able to put my head down. We talked to, speaking of, Philly brought him up in the chat. We talked to Jack Pride about it when he was on last month, and he said that he was like, it was so hard not to like geek out because there's the Miz, the guy that I idolize, and so yeah, I couldn't do it. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm impressed. How do you not fangirl out?
Oh, I definitely did. Every single time.
Okay, great.
I mean, not in a crazy way, but like it's.
Oh my God.
But like the only person because I'm obsessed with Darby Allin, so every single time he would like finish having a match, I would like be like, that was so cool. I loved it so much. And he'd be like, oh, cool.
Did you do the like?
Oh yeah, totally. Like I was not myself. I was like, oh my God, that was so cool.
I still do that.
The nicest guy.
Mrs. Pluggo, you're so cool. She's like, what is wrong with you?
That's very cool.
Let's get to some questions from TJ Cannon and Jack Pride. Now have those gorgeous loser tattoos. We'll talk about that here in a second. I saw some tattoos went down at WrestleCore this week. Beard Game's on point tonight, according to the wordsmith. Bebe said it's nice to hear that you had a good time. Got all sorts of cool TFA footwear influence. Yeah, Renee's gonna be. She's like, oh, I bought these shoes because some lady one time said she was in the accounting department, said they were good shoes. Footwear aficionado, TFA. That works. TFA, the footwear aficionado. Have guy. God, that's so good. And then we got Lord saying, hello, it's me, Vince McMahon. I'd like to hire you. I would be fired. Based on just the stories I've heard, I would be fired that day. He'd be like, what's your name? Pluggo? What? Why are you cheeseballing right now? Why are you starting fights? then we've got Mrs. Pluggo, speak of the devil, saying, Taryn, that is the best beard she's ever seen. Wow, honey, I'm sitting right here.
No. You got to get him to keep this beard because this is the good beard.
We just discussed it because it's at a different length since the last time she's been on. She said this is the good length. And I said, Mrs. Pluggo agrees that this is the right length to be at. But geez, honey, you couldn't say, Taryn, that's a really good beard, but Mr. Pluggo, hey. No, she can't.
No,
she can't. She can't. I don't even know what we're talking about. And he'd end up like Paul Long, smiling and stuff. Yeah, at the wrong time. That would be me. First of all, I have a tough enough time showing up here on time and being like, I'm never prepared. So like Vince would be like, we were supposed to be at Gorilla 20 minutes ago. And I'd still be like, but isn't that the Miz?
Yeah.
he's over there. I just want to get over here, Plug. Like I did. I'll tell the story now. I was going to say, but we got Pluggo, better facial hair than Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Thank you, best friend, the wordsmith. This is true. Everybody, get your questions in for TFA. Everyone in the house, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all this fun. We're having fun tonight. We don't know where we're going to go with this show. We're just having fun. When JPJ's on vacation, TFA and me, we just go crazy. My wife would also likely have the beard that length. Too bad for her, a few times longer. Yeah, so my thing is I just let it go, because if I do it myself, I'll butcher it and then it'll be a mess. So I just let it go until I'm like ungodly homeless looking, and then until Mrs. Pluggo like shames me into going to get it cut. She's like, "Come on, man, come on," because I'm sure she'd have a difference of opinion if I cared enough to like. I'm not I don't do the beard. I beard brush on occasion, but I don't do all the oils and all this and that. I just let it do its thing. And see, when I start looking homeless, it's too long. Listen, and I have a saying at my household: happy wife, happy life. When you look as good as Mrs. Pluggo, you never tell her no.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
That's what I'm saying.
You're supposed to, you guys like dipping her or something?
Yeah, my Facebook picture, that was from a friend's wedding we went to. Every chance I get, I still, if it's in the kitchen, if it's in a parking lot, if it's at the grocery store, I'll spin her and dip her. We'll dance.
That's so cute.
I'm a cutie, but I also do things like, hey, honey, if you want to take the cart back, I'll pull around and pick you up, and then I'll honk the horn obnoxiously and go, hey, baby, what you doing? So, I do a little bit of both. I'm a sweetheart, but I'm also an embarrassing jackass.
Yeah. Those are always fun too.
But then we got Wordsmith saying that's why she's you better half, man. And then he said your. Yeah, she is my better half. She's probably the whole best. She's probably all. I don't know. She's the whole thing. Oh my goodness, thank you. She says that when you said she was beautiful. Have guys saying he's got beard shampoo, conditioner, his beard comb, and brush too. I have all that stuff. I just never use it. I'll have to send it out at some point on socials. I've got an entire cabinet full of the stuff, and I never use it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. What do you use? What is your beard conditioner? The oils?
Oh, I use it all. I use the roller to help like stimulate growth. I use the oils. I use the brush. When it gets long enough, I braid it before bed so it doesn't get tangled.
Baby saying, show the picture, Pluggo. One of these days, I'll throw out. I'll just put it in like a basket of all the stuff that I have for beard care that just sits. But I'm also too stubborn to get rid of anything. I never get rid of anything. Ever.
Same. My bathroom is full of like little bits of things and just junk I'll never use.
And then Mrs. Plug was saying, it's all about balance, honey. We lovingly bully each other. See, your balance is sifted a little different than mine. Honey. Her bullying game is strong. I'll just say, somebody help me. And then Ryan Sullivan saying, God, he wishes he could grow slower. This is what you came here. Wrestling show on a Thursday night to talk about the beard game. The beard game is on point. I was going to tell somebody had mentioned, we were fanning out the Vincent Kennedy McMahon thing, Lawrence. Yeah, I did commentary with that Ecto guy, Alex, former producer of this show, on a local wrestling show called PWK. For the first time ever, I did commentary on a wrestling show that Al Snow was on. I had a tough enough time doing that. I don't think Vince McMahon is going to be hiring me. I was like, oh, shoot, Al Snow's like 5 feet from me. Like, what do I do? What do I do with my hands? It's Al Snow. What do I do? And you got to like try to call the match and do a good job. And shout out to Boris because he gave me a lot of pointers. And I still probably butchered it, but I had fun. That's all that matters, is that I had fun.
Matters. I was saying I've tried to do some commentary with Boris, and I'm terrible because I don't know how to do wrestling commentary. I don't know the names of wrestling moves, so I just kind of talk from the heart, and I don't think it works out all the time.
I'm pretty sure at one point in these matches, I was like, Alex, I don't know what you call that, but it looked cool.
Yeah. And that's exactly.
And he goes, that's a Death Valley driver, Pluggo. And I was like, I knew that.
No, I still don't know what that is. And I know for a fact I've given one and taken many.
Yeah? How does that feel?
To not know what it is?
Well, they both know what taking a Death Valley driver and giving one, because they both look equally as painful.
Well, honestly, okay, so I know it's like up in a fireman's carry.
Yep, and then you basically
and then pop them over. Honestly, they feel great.
Yeah, to give one or to take it.
I think I've definitely only given them in training, but to take it feels great. I mean, it hurts. Should I tell people they hurt? I don't know. How does this work?
You do whatever you want here. There's no filter.
Especially if somebody does it really nice and you go flat. It hurts you. But it doesn't.
So I don't know if it was a question, but it was brought up. Have you ever gotten a tattoo at a wrestling show? Like your friends over, they went to WrestleCore. You were not at WrestleCore, were you not?
I was not. That was another really sad one to miss, because the Lucha show, WrestleCore's Lucha show, is my number one favorite weekend of the entire year.
Yeah.
So much fun. But I had to miss it. My best friend was getting married, so I couldn't miss that.
I was not getting married, TFA. I'm already married. I'm already married.
Oh, I know. My second best friend.
Would you get convinced to get a tattoo during said wrestling show weekend, or would that just be too much and have to wrestle on top of fresh ink?
Honestly, would I get tattooed? I probably could be convinced. Cobra Kai is a very convincing man, so he would convince me to do it for sure. But I love the idea. I think it's so fun. I love that they did it right in the crowd. It was awesome. I thought it was cool.
So Spencer, LPW 18. God, I'm bad at this. Where's JPJ when I need him? Yeah, that's the best part about it. So LPW 18, Spencer, book the match, Taryn versus somebody in a tattoo match. Let's get it done. Let's get it done.
And I better win. And then I want to give the tattoo.
Would you make a tough enough one? Jesus. Tough enough. And Mrs. Pluggo has a question. The Mrs. Pluggo, the apple of my, the love of my life, the Christmas tree aficionado. How many Christmas trees is too many, TFA, in your house? How many would be too many? I think we've asked you this before.
I don't think you have. Let's see. I grew up with 2 Christmas trees.
Okay.
And
sounds standard.
I would love. Is that standard? I think
not for the Pluggo household. It's not.
I think 2 is too many, but I understood why.
Well, we have 7.
What?
We have.
That's too many. That
7.
is too many.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's one that she snuck into the garage for this year, so we might have 8. But I know for a fact it's a hard 7.
Where do they all go?
All right. So it's about that time we start talking about this. This gets brought up all the time. So we got the one in the living room.
And that's the traditional.
We got we have the space in our dining room that she put one in, and then she took 2 half-size accent trees on it. So that's 4. Mm-hmm. Then the boys have one in their room.
That's cute.
And then we have one in our room. And now she's got one in the garage that she's got to figure out to put. So that is 7. And if I'm missing one, she'll let me know.
Listen, I freaking love Christmas. I love the spirit of Christmas. So if that makes you happy, if I could go to bed with a Christmas tree there, yeah, I think that would make me happy.
Okay. Yeah, but this has been the second longest running shtick on this program outside of the Cool Runnings thing and the fireworks, is because one night I was sitting We were having like just an impromptu hang. I think it was me, Spencer, JPJ, Zach, and we were watching something, but we were just hanging out. So I had like my iPad with me, and I got up to get a drink. And I was like, look, we put our Christmas trees up, and we put our Christmas trees up on like October 30th. And they're like, first of all, why are your Christmas trees up already? And what do you mean multiples? And I like showed them the living space. And this was only when we had 4. Now we have 7.
I mean, if it feels good, do it.
And you remember what I said early on in the program, happy wife, happy life. We look as good as Mrs. Pluggo. You don't tell her no. She wants 100 Christmas trees. She can have it. She wants. What's that movie? That Christmas movie? You want the moon? I'll bring it down to you. You want 100 Christmas trees? I'll go buy them. Whatever you want.
Exactly. That's a good one right there.
Whatever you want, honey. You know why? Because she lets me do things like this. She puts up with my crazy antics on this program, where I probably overshare things at times in our lives, and I say, honey, listen, I got to run to Walmart and get a 8x10 of Spencer Love so I can cut his face out and wear it as a Halloween mask. So yeah, she can have as many Christmas trees as she wants. I missed a bunch of comments. Everybody is coming in hot tonight. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we've got Mrs. Pluggo saying 7 is the true answer. That's what we've got. Ryan wants to know, what's the most painful wrestling move you've ever been moved? I'm assuming he means wrestling move you've ever been put in. So,
like legit, what was the most painful? I can't even remember. Honestly, if I'm talking honestly, the thing that I can think of off the top of my head, you know, when I don't know what it's called, but you know when Zoe has you sat in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And she does her running knee to your head.
Yeah.
Like legit, that is the most painful thing.
Is that just a straight knee to the dome?
And like there's no, just a straight knee to the head. And like that one is probably the most painful. Actually, I've also gotten Lufisto's, this is also sat in the corner, where she does the
hip.
The hip.
It's not a full on, but it's almost like she runs it. Yeah, the hip where she like turns it at the last minute. I don't know. That hurt me so bad. My head flung back. It hit the turnbuckle. She came like that was probably the most painful move I've ever taken. But it's always knee to the head. Obviously, it's a knee to the head. It's going to hurt. And, like, it's a sick move. It looks killer. It is killer. Yeah. All I want is somebody to book me to take a chair shot just one time. Lawrence saying he had 1 regular and 2 minis. Have guy said this just got awkward. Listen, we're talking Christmas trees and wrestling. It doesn't get out. It's a Wonderful Life. That's the movie. Thank you. I need to know things more. Man, we got Ryan saying he knows all of Zoe's moves. The Brads are in the house saying that they are number 1. I would imagine that you...
At what?
They just said they're number 1.
Interesting.
Just saying. Lawrence saying Rads are number 1 dorks. Now, Lawrence, we have to behave. We have squashed said beef. Lawrence, keep it contained, my friend. We're trying to
listen. I got Stephen Crow here in the chat.
I was gonna say we got Ryan, the El Presidente of the Rads fan club in the house. He's saying, and then the whiplash, devastating, hits to the head. And then where was that? Yeah, I'm trying to get to the comment. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. TFA looks hot with a beard. Are you saying that I don't look? See, this is what I don't look hot with a beard. Just
because they're used to it. You got to shock them.
I need some people in the chat to comment Pluggalo. All right, give me some love. But Mrs. Pluggo, let them know. Let them know. This is a smoke show. And then we got Steven saying with the cowboy laughing. So, Steven, if you're listening, you can chime in. The Rad said that they're number 1. Why don't we just talk about that? We've got Stephen Crow, Michael Richard Blaze versus TJ Cannon, Mars the Specialist, and the Rads, Rich King and Larry Woods, in a triple threat tag team match, which I would imagine would have some implications on the LPW Tag Team Championship. So who do you have winning that match, TFA?
Seriously?
I'm doing the journalistic integrity thing. The journalistic integralistic thing that I do and asking you the question. You're a co-host of Beards. You're not.
Let me think. I definitely have, obviously, Stephen and Michael. Like, it's just no contest.
This is what I was talking about. Thank you.
You wanted yours.
I can go to bed a happy man now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Pluggo, you look sexy with that face sweater. I've never heard it called we enjoy your company, Pluggo. What's better than the 2023 bromance? Better than you, baby, or the Clandestine Society? Oh, you're at TFA. What's a better bromance, Clandestine Society or Adam Cole and MJF?
Listen, I mean, okay, obviously Clandestine Society, but is that not the funniest thing going today?
Oh, it's the best. Did you watch on Wednesday?
No, and that's a problem. I only see like snippets on social media or like what I've seen this summer being like at AEW. So I've been following it a little bit, but it is so fucking funny. Like it makes me laugh so hard. Those two are so funny together. Yeah. And I like MJF is so funny. Even like backstage, everything, the way he is like out in the ring and his character is like kind of who he is backstage. Like he's just funny.
Oh, nice. So you got to like kind of be in the areas of MJF and interact with them maybe a little bit while you were there. You're everywhere.
I'm in everybody's areas. I'm not just.
She's going for the tea, friend. She's trying to get the tea. She's getting us the scoops.
If there was a backstage, I'd be in every shot because I'm just like swirling away.
Listen, I know Tony Khan watches this program every Thursday night, but so if he happens to be off tonight and all of a sudden the AEW scoops start dropping on Beards, you know who we got in our corner. And then affiliate, listen, we'll get back. I had to ask the question. I have to do the job the way it is intended to do. I can't just go, oh, I bet you're taking your voice. I have to ask. Maybe TFA might have a different answer this time. You never know. You've got to ask the question.
Even if you ask the Rads deep down inside, they even know.
Shots fired. Yeah, I'm just doing my job. I mean, when JPJ comes on here and he asks questions, I don't know if he's him the business, but he's in Ireland living the best life. We were saying MJF and Adam Cole. Yeah, they went to a trampoline park on Wednesday. Like a Sky Zone or whatever they would call it at other places. And just Adam Cole's having the time of his life and MJ's hating every second of it. And then he gets to peg kids with a dodgeball and a little girl gave him the finger. It was just gold.
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta watch it because it's so funny.
It was just wonderful. And then what do we have? Then we go, Wednesday was so good. Guy was saying, Ryan, again, only problem with better than you, baby, is that MJF is super better on the mic than Adam Cole. And I feel like I'm going to just.
No, like, does everybody have to be the best at everything? Like, that's why you have, like, MJF can carry the team a little bit in that way. I think the way they feed off each other is so funny. And, like, they don't both have to be perfect. Like, no, I don't even think that's a problem. One person can be better at something.
I was just going to say there's few people in the wrestling business right now that are better than MJF on the mic. So,
yeah.
And I don't think Adam Cole's any slouch, but like you said, I think they're playing off each other's strengths and weaknesses perfectly. And I personally never want it to end. Ever. Like, I want them to go get inducted to in whatever Hall of Fame they get inducted into and give each other the speeches. I don't ever want them to turn. I know they will, but I just want, like, the devil. He's the devil. MJF is the devil. And I've said it 1,000 times. The devil still needs a friend. Needs one. Give him one. And let it be Adam Cole and just ride this thing until the wheels fall off. I don't ever want it to end. It's so wonderful.
I wasn't like really watching AEW, obviously. I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't watch that much wrestling. But when I was like doing seat filling and he was like, are there any devil worshippers in that crowd? And I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't know anything about this devil worship stuff. But I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. Like, I wish I could go into a crowd of like thousands and thousands and thousands of people and be like, are there any devil worshippers? And everybody goes crazy. That's so cool to me.
Are there anybody that need their taxes done? They would do that for you. Seat filler, you said it again, and I glossed over it because of all the crazy comments we got going. Keep them coming, friends. You guys are killing it tonight. But so that means like if somebody gets up to go to the bathroom, you like hop in their seat.
Basically, yeah, because like the hard cam is like obviously hard cam on the ring.
Wow.
So like Tony Khan and then this other person, they watch the monitors, and then if there's any empty seats that are like, you know,
and you're just like,
because you want it to like look full, obviously on TV. So they would grab you and be like, okay, go sit in those seats, and you'd have to bounce around. I know a friend of mine, somebody must not have just shown up, and she was in that seat the entire show.
nice.
So it's like kind of awesome because, I mean, to get stuck in a seat sometimes kind of shitty because I want to be in the back lurking around.
Yeah, hanging out with MJF, figuring out the deets. What's
Yeah.
going down? What you doing, CM Punk?
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I saw him. I never got to see him the entire time I was there.
He was probably still on his little like I'm tired and old and work with kids thing. Sabbatical.
But the only match I wanted to watch as a seat filler was Swerve and Nick Wayne because like I just think it's very cool. I thought it was.
Oh, you were there like recent. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
4
And
weeks
like,
ago.
so I got pulled from my seat and then I was like waiting right at the thingy because I was waiting for this producer woman to be like, okay, we need somebody to fill the seat. And I'm like standing there and frickin' Jake the Snake standing right beside me or watching in this little monitor. And I was like, I should say something to him. But I was like, no, I got to watch this match, but I want to watch it out there. And the frickin' Darby Allin's over there because obviously he was like waiting to go out. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Just get me out there. But she never came for me. And I just looked like a weirdo standing like right and like beside Gorilla being like, is anybody leaving? Let me go watch. And then being like, hey, Jake.
What's up? With your beard. You're just like, hey.
Yeah. And I never made it out there.
Oh no. So you had to watch it on a monitor.
Yeah.
I watched it in the comfort of my living room. I didn't get to see, but that sounds exhausting, kind of. It's like get up, then have to run to another one and go back. But hey, you're a highly trained, skilled athlete. I am not. So that's why it sounds exhausting to me. Yeah, we got more comments. We got Philly saying F them damn kids. Amen. Amen. Just
and
kidding.
Truly amen. Bless up. Because
and then we had MJF saying Bebe saying MJF and Cole wrestling twice at All In. Yeah, I don't understand that, guys. Like, I'll talk about that when I guest host on Firmly AEW Sunday morning, 10 a.m. right here on Love Wrestling. Shameless plug. I'm doing a lot this weekend. Grainmaker Pod, my buddy Blair, who I do For Exposure with at 10 a.m. Saturday mornings, talking independent wrestling. We talk about TFA on that program all the time. Here to support his fellow bearded brethren. Then Ryan saying, seeing Roddy Strong as a jilted lover is so funny too. Yeah, Roddy's been killing it in his role with the neck brace. It's kind of like when you and I guest host and JPJ's like, I want to be a part of it. And then we say, well, stop going on vacation. Give us some space. Damn.
Maybe work your jobs.
Yeah, geez, JPJ. Go to Ireland and have, who does that?
Nobody even likes Ireland. Just joking. I fucking love Ireland.
I've never been. But, go Irish. Go Irish. And then have guys saying depends if he can get more money returned. Depends if you can get me more money returned. I'm not sure what we were talking about where we need to talk, but hey, appreciate you, Have Guy. And everything coming up Pluggo this weekend. Yeah, JPJ, like you said, he's on vacation, so of course I'm gonna fill in. I'm gonna do my job and help out the team. And I love Big Money Drew, so getting to work with Big Money Drew on a Firmly is cool. That just better mean I better come correct and have my AEW game tippy top shape by Sunday morning. That's all. Because I also got to watch DEFY's Spirit Wrestling this weekend. For Saturday, we got IWS was this weekend as well. There's a lot going on. Pluggo's got a lot to talk about this week. And I'm doing an LPW show. I'm not going to tell you who it is until it happens, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Very excited. Anyway, I don't have the sponsored ad read here. We should pay some bills. And then TFA, you said you had games.
I got a game.
We're going to do that. And I figure I've got the perfect segue into playing your game after we pay these bills. So I'm going to do it off the cuff because I don't have the ad read in front of me because I lost it. Like, again, I'm not JPJ. He does a really good job. But this program, this very program that you're watching right here with Pluggo and TFA is brought to you by our partners over at BetStamp. Now, BetStamp is just like Hotels.com or Trivago, but it's for bettors. So every time you gamble, whatever sportsbook you use, they have differing payouts trying to get you to gamble your money with them. Well, BetStamp, our wonderful friends, put that all on the line for you and give you the best betting odds. And our BetStamp users, they win $1,000 on average more a year betting with them. It's super easy to use. You could download it on your Android, your iOS, or just go to betstamp.com. See, he's really good at that transition. I am not. Go to betstamp.com. Type in the referral code Love Wrestling. Let them know that you want to get your betting journey started with us. It's absolutely free. So just go there right now on your and then just type in Love Wrestling. Let them know that we sent you so you can get on your betting journey today. I can tell you, friends, I've used it. It is a wonderful tool. I won money the first time I did. I've never gambled before BetStamp. Popped in some player props, was like, I'm going to have some fun with this. And boom, I won because of them. So if you're thinking about starting to gamble, TFA,
I'm a bit of a gambaholic, so I'm staying away from that.
You're a you're a gambler anonymous type. That's fair.
I'm big into slots and VLTs.
BLTs like bacon, lettuce, tomatoes?
VLTs.
What's a VLT?
A VLT is like, it's kind of like a slot machine, but they have them in like the bars here. Yeah, it's.
I used to do the pull tabs at the bar back in my bar days.
Oh yeah, those are fun too.
Yeah, but, until you lose an entire night's pay and you're like, whoops. Because I used to work security for this bar, and they pay you under the table.
Yeah,
and then we just put it into the pull tab machine at the end of our shift.
Myself and the rest of the clandestine society are headed off to Vegas this.
You're lying, Lawrence. JPJ truly kills it, but I've got it down enough. And then Grainmaker saying it's a video lottery machine. So you guys are going to go do some gambling.
Yeah. Ooh,
be safe. Listen, don't only spend what you feel comfortable enough losing. That's what I say. That's my. If you're gonna miss it, don't put it on the line. That's what I usually say.
And that's a fact. Just for fun. Just for fun.
Just for funsies. We have another good question. What will it take for TSN to commit to showing AEW Rampage and Collision consistently? They only showed them for a few weeks when they were here in Canada. I don't know what TSN. I know TSN is like the Canadian ESPN, I would assume. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I don't know if they're Canadian or not, but I think that would probably be why they just show Canadian. I don't know, Ryan. I'm sorry. That is brand deals, TV right deals. I don't understand it. Grade.
I don't know why certain things are only allowed to be shown in certain areas. Like I still get picture in picture, but if you have Fight Plus, but you only can get that in Canada for AEW stuff, like Wordsmith saying blame Canada. I do indeed. No, there's a lot of great things in Canada. Speaking of great things in Canada, you said you wanted to do some trivia. So if you're still in the chat, here's what we're going to do. Because I also realize for those that are still here, they know the deal. Pluggo doesn't get to push the buttons. He never gets to push buttons. I get yelled at constantly about pushing any button. And I wanted to ask TFA, what other programs have you been on here at Love Wrestling?
I have been on Quizplex.
Yeah. Have you ever been on the Goose Call Monday night show?
Well, I did that so many. I think I was like maybe his second guest.
Have you ever been on this other lovely program, the Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast?
I was my favorite.
Yeah, you have. Have you ever been magically whisked away for exposure on a Saturday morning?
I never have been because I'm always sleeping.
Oh, wow. Shots fired. What else do we could even magically just show up on Blowing Off Stream. Our Saturday night, we have a little fun program.
That's the games one, right?
That is the games one.
I did do that one, and it was fun.
See what happens when I push the buttons? What else do we got? LPW. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Exclusive. I didn't realize that was there. I'll be talking to Travis Williams for the LPW show this Friday, so that'll come out next week.
That's awesome. He's such a sweetie.
But you said Quizplex, which I've personally never been on as a contestant because Zach fears Pluggo.
It's hard. Like, the questions are challenging.
Did I miss any shows, by the way? Lawrence at fucking games. Hell yeah. Spoiler. I did. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I'm talking to Travis Williams, the professional, tomorrow night for the LPW show. I'm really excited about it because he's challenging Zoe for her LPW Challenge Championship. So we're going to have our own Quizplex. I don't know what Zach does. Hello, friends. It's Zach.
That sounded very Spencer, calling everybody friends. Hey, friends.
Hey, friends. I've adopted that now, by the way. Like, that's one of the few things I've stolen from Spencer, besides his money, is I was on, fun fact, we did a 24-hour Love Wrestling stream. If anybody remembers that, we did 24 straight hours, and Quizplex was one of the shows. And no disrespect to Spencer when I say this, but he had fell asleep because he had did like the overnight shift for this thing. So he had fell asleep, and at the last minute, Zach's like, I need to fill in to keep score on Quizplex. And I like hustled downstairs and was like chicken scratch writing out the scores. I think it was Sal, Hyann, and somebody else. I can't remember who, but yeah. So I've been on Quizplex as a scorekeeper, never a contestant, but you have been on Quizplex, and when Zach sees this, he's going to lose his mind. He's going to be like, what are you guys doing?
You'll be fine, Zach.
So this is our edition of Love Wrestling's flagship quiz show, Quizplex, with the wonderful TFA and Pluggo. Yeah. I'm assuming you're asking me the questions, and I'm going to have to answer?
I'm asking you the questions, but this is, okay, Quizplex, but
everybody can...
Taryn From Accounting's game called Crunching the Numbers.
Ooh.
So oh yeah.
So I don't have a cool theme, but
yeah.
See what happens when we push the buttons, friends? We're on Quizplex right now. Between two beards. What's that?
But okay, so I want everybody to play, but the unfortunate thing is I have my phone now on my questions that I've written out all day.
Yes, Lawrence, I don't like the way the comments pop up in your face on this one. He's crashed it twice. It's crunch time with Taryn.
So here's the thing. You guys have to reply your answers in the chat.
We'll go back to the beards. There we go. That's better.
I won't be able to see them, but hopefully we can get them up at the bottom so I can see. I'm going to read them slowly. And then if we can't get it,
read them slowly because I'm not smart.
If we can't get it for whatever reason, I have a clue at the end that's like a dead giveaway.
What do I get if I get them right?
You get a big cheers.
Noted.
No, yeah. So it's for keeps.
This is serious. This is better than any Quizplex championship that you could possibly. I'm kidding. I love Quizplex. Every third Thursday of the month, Zach kills it with that thing. Those questions are incredibly hard, though. Like people, fun. Before you ask your first question, I have to tell this little tidbit. Big Ben Ortmans. I interviewed him shortly after his comeback, and that was one of the things he brought up was how ruthless Zach's questions are. Like it's becoming in wrestling circles people are just irate with the hardness of those questions.
Yeah, like I think I've done it twice, and I was like, oh, this will be fun. And then the second time I was like, oh, this just like, it's not fun.
You can pull the curtain. You texted me and was like, what the heck is with these questions? And I go, yeah. I don't know the answers either.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun for people who have that wrestling knowledge, though. So let it be so. Okay. Right. Are you ready for the first wrestler? So I'm going to give a bunch of numbers, like a bunch of stats, and you have to get ready, or you have to tell me who that wrestler is based on stats.
Marco Stunt. No. I'm already guessing. Marco Stunt.
No. Oh, that would have been a good one. Okay. Here's your first wrestler. Okay. From 1999 to 2019 was their wrestling career.
That's 20 years.
20-year wrestling career.
Wow.
This wrestler's build weight was at 290 pounds.
So it's a big meaty man's meat.
Big boy. Okay.
It's a boy. It's a boy. You said big boy. Gotcha.
Now we get into the real stats. 1-time OVW heavyweight champion, 2-time WWE champion, 4-time world heavyweight champion. Any guesses so far?
You said 2-time WWE champion and 4-time world heavyweight champion? Is that what you said? The big gold? Right. Is that Batista? No, Batista won it like 6 times.
Let me keep going. I'm not going to tell you guys until I'm all done anyways.
We got Wordsmith saying Cena. And we got Ryan saying Batista. But I thought Batista won it more than... I know he won 6 world titles overall.
Well, let me keep going.
Keep going, because I thought Batista was...
1-time WWE Tag Team Champion. 2-time Royal Rumble winner, 2015, 2014. And then this is the last one. 1-time voted most overrated wrestler, according to the Wrestling Observer.
That's definitely got to be Batista, right? I shouldn't laugh because I actually think Dave Batista's underrated.
The answer is Batista.
Hey! Shout out to... What's he saying? Ice been drinking my bad. Roman Reigns. I feel he said Roman Reigns.
No, because he
had an Edge thrown in there too. Now Edge, I was thinking Edge, but I don't ever remember Edge in OVW. That's when you said OVW.
Well, and this wrestler was done in 2019. Don't forget. Crunch all the numbers. I'm gonna need you to change your name to Zach
with these hard ass questions.
Are these hard?
No. I don't know. This is the first one, and I needed help from the crowd. I had thought Batista, but all right.
Okay.
So I don't know if I got that or not because I
forgot to ask. I'm going to ask at the end of this one.
Okay. So I'm not supposed to look at the comment section?
No, you can look. They can help you out. But
they can stop me. They can stop me if they want. Chaos points are real, friends.
Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Began her wrestling career in 2005, was signed to WWE in 2011, ranked number 1 in PWI's Female 50 in 2014.
Oh.
A lot of numbers.
Okay.
1-time NXT Women's Champion. 2-time, I hate to call it this, but I will, Divas Champion. And 1 straight-to-DVD movie.
Wait a minute. That's Nikki Bella. Right? No, she was never in NXT. She was the number 1 women's wrestler on a PWI top 50 once, though.
In 2014?
Not in 2014. It can't be Charlotte Lawrence. She's got a lot more championships than what was listed there.
What are some of the other comments saying?
We got the wordsmith saying Paige. That could be. We've got Ryan, your buddy, saying Becky Lynch. We had a Charlotte in there. And we have a Paige. Was Paige number 1 in the top 50 though? Soraya, Ryan Sullivan is saying Soraya. This Quizplex is off the rocker, friends. But just remember, friends, at this Quizplex, all of your donations go straight to the TFA fund. So.
Yeah.
Is it Paige?
It's Paige.
Wow. That's a long time ago. She's
the Christmas movie was...
What was her straight-to-DVD movie?
That, like, Santa one. Fuck, what's it called now?
It's Christmas. I need to know, then.
It's something Santa. Oh, shit, I should have given you the clue. You would have gotten this with the clue. Do you want to know the clue?
I do.
One-time year-end award for Manager of the Year.
Oh, yeah, because she managed a couple times. Wow. I didn't think she ever made it to number 1 on the PWI. Good for her.
Nikki Bella did, so.
Well, yeah, but listen, Nikki Bella is completely underrated. Don't start. The Bella twins deserve a lot more credit than they are given.
Listen, I love the Bellas. It's okay. But
huh?
Okay, are you looking up that movie?
Santa's Little Helper.
Yeah.
Yes, now that you say it, I remember seeing something and I was like, interesting. I've never seen it. I will make sure I watch it this
I might be wrong, and I probably am wrong. And now that I'm about to say it out loud, I know that I'm wrong, but I thought it was shot in Edmonton. At West Edmonton.
Oh, really?
Let me Google that. Let me Google.
We got Santa's Little Helper. The Miz was in it too. Okay, I definitely have to watch it. Owen, my son, his favorite wrestler is The Miz and Bobby Lashley. Dead air, friends. She's looking this up. It was.
Yep. Oh, maybe not. Anyways, let's carry on.
It wasn't? I was looking it up too.
I don't know.
I just and I also just let Zach know that we totally stole his stuff.
He'll survive. There's bigger things. Okay, you ready for the next?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, technically speaking, without the fans' help, I probably would have gotten Batista. I definitely would have got that one. So I'm 1 for 1, I'll say.
Okay. Wrestling career is from 1983 to 2012.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, now we're getting into the real stats.
Oh, real sick. Crunch the numbers.
You're going to know this one after the third one. 1-time WCW Tag Team Champion.
All right.
3-time WWF Champion.
WWF Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1-time WWF Hardcore Champion. 8.
One time?
Yeah.
Just once. Okay, that title's been changed like 953 times.
That number seems wrong. I might have got that wrong. 8-time WWF Tag Team Champion. Was 2013 was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. And was in the 2019 film Peanut Butter Falcon.
Never seen that either, so that doesn't help me. Ryan says Mick Foley, but I feel like he won the Hardcore Championship more than once.
That number might be wrong. I'll double check that number might be wrong.
But the 3 world title reigns, he's very famous for saying, I had 3 title reigns that lasted a total of 28 days. He did have a run in WCW. He's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. So is it Mick Foley?
It is Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Do me a solid, Ryan. Will you double check how many times was he a hardcore champion?
I felt maybe he only got it the one time, and then that was that. We're getting yelled at on the social medias.
Who's yelling at us?
Zach. What's Spencer? We stole his gimmick.
It's okay. It's okay.
We're having our own little edition of Quizplex here with TFA.
Okay, do you want to know what the clue was in case you couldn't get it?
Yes.
In 1998 was named Match of the Year by PWI for his Hell in a Cell match at King of the Ring.
Yeah, that would have gave it away because definitely that's the quintessential Hell in the Cell match.
Okay, this next one. Wait, what was everybody's guess in that one? Were people guessing? I hate not seeing the chat.
How do you not see the chat? We got Ryan saying he said Foley. Lawrence said Foley. Wordsmith said, is it Foley? And then Ryan Sullivan said it is Foley. And then Peter Butter Falcon was a very good movie. I still haven't seen it. It's only once. So yes, he only held it once. It was given to him by Vince McMahon. I remember that. I just felt like, because one time I did a deep dive into like title reigns, and they had a whole bunch, and what are you gonna do? And then he only won it once, but yes, he was the first one to win it. There you go.
Okay, you guys ready for the next one? This one's gonna stump you guys. Okay. In 2004, signed to WWE.
That's when I graduated high school.
Okay, so think of that era.
Fact.
Was number 9 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in PWI 500.
You say number 9?
Number 9 in 2013.
Is it The Miz?
No.
Oh. He was number 10 a couple of times.
Okay, here we go. One-time NXT champion.
Okay.
2-time World Heavyweight Champion. 2-time WWE United States Champion. Now, this next one, I think, is the one that's going to tip you over. 6-time WWE Intercontinental Champion. And the only reason I say that is because I feel like when I think about this guy's like kind of big reign, I was like, he's always this champion.
But he won the NXT title once. And he's a 2-time WWE champion?
United States champion.
Oh, it's not Ziggler. Is it Ziggler?
It's Ziggler.
Is it Ziggler? All right, let's go, baby. Yeah, we got Lawrence saying Dolph. We got Wordsmith. He was saying Ambrose. Ryan said Kevin Steen or Kevin Owens. That's where I was thinking at first, but you didn't say Universal Championship. We had another Ambrose. We had another Dean Ambrose. But hey, Ziggler, there you go. The Ziggs, who gets not enough credit for what he does.
Well, let me continue on with the stats that I do have for him, because let's not sell him short. 1-time WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champion. 2-time WWE Raw Tag Team Champion. And the 2012 Money in the Bank winner.
I always say with Dolph Ziggler, I've said this forever, if he debuted in that black and gold era of NXT, I think we would be looking at him in a completely different light than we do. But since he did like all that Spirit Squad stuff and kind of had a rough, he gets kind of dumped on, but the dude's big money. I love me some Dolph Ziggler, so that's awesome.
The way he bumps is like, you just know.
Yeah.
You just know it's going to be like the deadliest bump, and he's going to make that move look like $100 million. But here was my clue. This would have given it away. His 1-time World Tag Team Championship was with the Spirit Squad. So
yeah, that would have that stat alone, the 1-time champion. If you think of it, I feel like he's had a bunch of tag partners, but he really hasn't. So
yeah.
Oh, and then we also had he's his real life brother of the Hollywood hunk, Ryan Nemeth. Yes. Oh shit, Zach is here. What is this, Zach? This is Crunch the Numbers with TFA, and the only quiz-related graphic we've got in the chamber is Quizplex, your wonderful show. So we're stealing it and making it our own. And we took a trip down Love Wrestling Lane. All I'm doing is cross promotion, brother. But I got control of all these buttons today. I can do whatever I want.
Come on, Zach. Crunch the numbers with us.
Crunch the numbers with Taryn from Accounting, Zach. Let's go.
Okay, you ready for the next wrestler?
This might need to be a weekly segment where you film a Crunch the Numbers and then we play it for the fans. I'm not kidding. Done. So let's go. What do we got next?
Put your answers in the chat. Make sure you read out the answers because I can't see them.
It's crunch. It's crunch time.
All right. Okay, wrestling career, 1989 to 2003.
Okay.
6-time WWF champion, 2-time WWF Intercontinental champion, 4-time WWF Tag Team champion, 1996 King of the Ring, and 3-time Royal Rumble winner, 1997, 98, 01.
That's an easy one.
What are people guessing? Don't guess yet. Don't guess
yet.
I
won't guess yet. What do you guys got in the chat? I know this one. As soon as you said 3-time Royal Rumble winner and went back to back with it.
Listen to these stats. These stats are off the chart.
If TFA has my blessing. But me, your best friend in the world, Zach, who gives you nothing but praise and love, can't just willy-nilly use graphics. Okay. I'm just kidding. I would. We've got Ryan Sullivan saying Stone Cold Steve Austin. We've got Ryan I don't want to butcher it, Pena saying that's the bottom line, which I'm assuming is in reference to Stone Cold Steve Austin. I would imagine it's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's a good one. He back to back. That doesn't happen very often. Pardon me, bestie. You know what I'm saying, Wordsmith. We're best friends, but I want Zach to give me his blessing to be able to touch buttons freely. So I want him to try to make it feel good so he doesn't yell at me tomorrow in the office. Did I just say that on camera?
Do you guys want to know what the clue was?
Yes.
It was returned at WrestleMania 38 to beat Kevin Owens.
Yeah. What are you drinking there, TFA?
I don't know. I found this not even in my fridge. This was sitting on a shelf.
I'm not sure. I found it.
It's called Pillow Gossip. I don't know. I had people over a couple months ago, and I got.
Speaking of, just for show, because I don't drink, but I've got the Stone Cold Broken Skull IPA on the shelf. A buddy of mine gave me that, so it just sits there.
I just love Stone Cold. I just fucking love him.
Makes me wonder. This is old. 9/24/20. That can't be good. And it's an IPA, so it can't be good now after 3 years, because it's probably 4 years old. Anyway, so you got any more? Who else you got?
I got a couple more. I got 3 more.
Get your comments in. We're having crunch time. Crunch the numbers with TFA. It's crunch time. Get your answers in. Let's see who can get this, because I was stumped on a couple of them. The Stone Cold one was pretty easy, though. Had that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one you'll see. Okay. Signed to WWE in 1999.
Okay.
She is a 4-time PWI Woman of the Year.
Did you say he?
She, Woman of the Year.
I thought you said he, and I was like, wait a minute. Are you trying to throw me for a loop by changing up the wordage so I get confused?
No,
but she was a 4-time PWI Woman of the Year.
Yeah. 1-time hardcore champion.
What's this thing? What? Like Stone Cold. What?
And 7-time WWE Women's Champion. Oh, and 2013 WWE Hall of Famer.
In the chat, we have Hab Guy saying Santina Marella. Brian saying Santina. Ben Omen, the judge, the ref, Judge Ben Omen. China was a good answer, but China wasn't signed in 99. Her career was on the tail end by that point. Again, same thing. Trish, I think, was already in the business by then. I think she was part of that Attitude Era into the mix. So it can't be Trish, guys. If it's Trish, I might cry. 99, 4 times. She made the PWI #1 4 times.
7-time women's champion.
7 times. So that's Becky Lynch. That's Charlotte's more than that. Or is it just WWE? You're not. It can't be Becky. Is it Becky?
1999.
99.
And I have no clue for this one.
Ryan's saying that Omen is legit the best ref in Canada. Is that true?
I mean, as a ref. I like him as a ref.
See, Ophelia, that's why we ask the questions on this show. She likes him as a ref. Mickey James, Lawrence is saying. That's not Mickey. 7 times. So it's, hold on. It's not Charlotte. It's not Lita. It's not Lita. No, is it Lita? It's not Lita. She won the hardcore championship 1 time.
I think one thing is just tripping you up on here.
It is. I don't know what it is. Give me the clue. I'm stumped. I don't know why I'm blanking. And as soon as you say it, I'm going to throw something.
No, you're
we got right.
Her debut was either 99 or 2000.
Ryan saying it's Trish. Is it Trish?
It's Trish.
Is it Trish? I thought. God damn you, Zach. I thought she was sooner. I thought she debuted sooner than 99. Shows what I know. But she's still wrestling today. So
I know, that's why I didn't say when she stopped.
Sneaky TFA.
My clue would have been I was on a show with her. I don't even remember the date. Earlier this year.
Oh, you're on a show with her? That's got to be cool. Did you get to talk to her? Did you fangirl out?
The best. She was so sweet and so nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for her. I would hope. Friends, in the chat, spam if you want this to become a weekly thing where I make Taryn from accounting crunch the numbers where she gives us 1 or 2 wrestlers a week, because I'll make her do it. If you guys want it.
I have fun doing this.
I know she's a busy lady here on Quizplex.
Okay, you ready for your next wrestler?
You've officially been on more Love Wrestling programs in one day than anybody else, because we had just went down and went on all of them. We were on all the shows. That's right, Zach. I touched all the buttons today. I said, if we're sick of Quizplex, we can just go to Blown Off Stream, your other show, and have another. We can do a game show on the game channel. Let's do that for this question.
I expect my bandana in the mail.
Heck yeah. Our 5-timers bandanas coming soon.
Okay, your next wrestler.
Look at this. Making it crunch time. I'm assuming that means yes. Everybody say put crunch the numbers on a shirt too. I think it's sold, friends.
Okay, here's your next wrestler. Wrestling career from 2004 to 2010.
That's a short career.
That can't be right.
2000.
That's not right. I don't know where I got that. I wrote it down.
That's 6 years.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. What's the blowing off stream theme music? Boom, don't. Lawrence knows it. Boom, but it'll.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's this. Yeah. I am ready. We have a special guest appearance, Lawrence.
I was not ready.
You are now.
I had a whole bit planned.
Oh, all right. He'll come back with his bit. All right. 2004.
No, not 2004. 84.
Whoa, okay. All right. That's a little bit longer of a gap.
Yes. As soon as I read it, I was like, that ain't right. Okay. 4-time WWF Intercontinental Champion. 2-time WCW United States Heavyweight Champion. 7-time WCW World Tag Team Champion. And 1-time WCW World Television Champ. 1-time TNA World Tag Team Champ. And this one might be the dead giveaway. I wonder if, no, I'm going to keep this one as my clue.
Okay. All right, chat. 6 years got to be Tester Maven. Ouch. Come on.
No, come on. I fixed it. 84.
Well, it's not Booker T, is it?
Not Booker T.
7-time WCW tag champ thing.
That one to me is like the giveaway. What's the chat saying?
We got Booker. We had a Booker. Can you repeat the clues?
Repeat the clues? Yeah, for sure. 4-time WWF Intercontinental Champ. 2-time WCW United States Heavyweight Champ. 7-time WCW World Tag Team Champ. 1 WCW World Television Champ. A 1-time TNA World Tag Team Champion.
We've got in the chat, we've got the judge saying Scott Hall, Wordsmith saying Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner, that's not a bad one. Him and Rick used to run Rough Shot. We've got Ryan saying Scott Hall or Crush. I don't remember Crush winning so much gold, but then I could be mistaken.
Do you want the clue?
I do want the clue because I'm torn. I think it's Steiner, but I don't know. I picked Booker T, but that was definitely wrong. So,
okay, here's the clue. 2 times inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. 1 time in 2014, 1 time in 2020.
Is it Scott Hall?
Yeah.
He would have been in with the NWO. Okay, but Booker T is also a 2-time inductee.
Is he?
He's sneaky.
Damn, those two living parallel lives.
Not quite.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Okay.
and we're magically whisked away back to Between Two Beards while I don't know what Lawrence is doing, getting his gimmick ready.
Oh, no, I bailed on the gimmick.
You bailed on the gimmick? You came right in. You should have said, hey, Pluggo, I have a gimmick.
Stop hitting buttons, Pluggo. But also,
You came right in time.
We have a special guest, Lawrence, the lawyer here at Between Two Beards, coming on behalf of, I'm assuming, Zach, and saying,
yeah,
please stop.
You're messing with blowing off stream. I'm part of blowing off stream. I did not appreciate that.
I didn't mess with it. I plugged it. I gave it its love over here on the
Come
phone.
on, you guys are really mad about this. They're not really mad, right?
They're pissed.
Yeah.
Burning it down.
Listen, I can confidently tell you this, TFA. If they are in fact actually upset about it, they'll just yell at me about it on Friday and say, Pluggo, you can never do that again.
No.
You're never allowed to touch buttons. Next time JPJ is on vacation, you have to just cancel the show. That's what they'll say. They'll tell you, oh, Taryn, you were wonderful. It wasn't your fault. You were just influenced by Pluggo. That's how this program goes.
Taryn, you're wonderful. JPJ can never go on vacation again.
Yes.
As if we're having
so much fun. Because, like, listen, like, I just don't understand why we have all this. Like I said, we can magically be whisked away to Sunday brunch.
Yeah, they're called plugs, free advertising.
Yeah, free advertisement. Why did that pop up? That's weird. That's why I don't touch buttons here, guys.
You're actually to give out like spoilers from like months ahead.
Actually, no. That if I'm not mistaken, that LPW 16 match already happened.
Okay, are you guys ready for the last wrestler?
Yes.
You ready, Lawrence?
Yep.
Okay. This person's wrestling debut was in 1986. I was 1 year old.
Wow. I was born in 86.
Oh. Two-time WCW World Tag Team Champion. One-time WWF Tag Team Champion. One-time AJPW Tag Team Champion. And now the rest of this is according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. 1999, worst feud of the year. 2000 and 2001, worst tag team. 2001, worst worked match of the year. Who is this wrestler? What's the chat got? You guys look stumped, or is Pluggo frozen?
Pluggo?
I thought he was thinking.
Yeah, I thought he was stumped.
Is this one stumping you guys in the chat? Okay, let me read him again while Pluggo gets back in. Wrestling debut, 1986. Two-time WCW World Tag Team Champion. One-time WWF Tag Team Champion. One-time AJPW Tag Team Champion. And then this is all according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. In 1997, worst feud of the year. 2000-2001, worst tag team. In 2001, worst worked match of the year. Who is this wrestler?
The Big Show? No, that makes no sense. He's starting.
Not the Big Show. What are you guys thinking in the chat?
So stumped and frozen. So deep in thought.
I know, that's what I thought too. I was like, oh, I'm really getting him here.
Every time. Yeah. Every time TFA saw it, my internet crashed.
Okay, let me read them one more time for you.
Okay. Lawrence, you might have to take over control.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Two-time WCW Tag Team Champ. One-time WWF Tag Team Champ. One-time AJPW Tag Team Champ. And then these are just according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. 1997, worst feud of the year. 2000-2001, worst tag team. 2001, worst worked match of the year.
A lot of shade.
And I don't mean it to be shady.
I don't know.
And nobody in the chat seems to know. Nobody's
in
even.
2001 was just that bad. So this was in 2001. Were they in the WWE or WCW?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
No, like legit, I don't.
What kind of game show are you running here, Zach?
Not JBL, but thank you for guessing.
Yeah. Not JBL, no. So if it was in WCW in 2001, because it was real bad. Was it Ernest the Cat Miller?
Nope.
I shouldn't put shade on his name. He's legit. Lawrence, who did you guess?
I guess the Big Show.
The Big Show?
But no, usually.
Is it Vince Russo?
Nope.
David Arquette?
David Arquette.
Ooh, that would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Who was just really bad in 2001 that, Dave Meltzer would have hated? Everyone not named Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Can I give you my clue?
Yes, please.
He was my first wrestling crush. And I've said it before on your show.
It's
Jeff
not
Hardy?
Darby Allin.
No, my first, not my recent.
Wait, have you said it today?
Mm-mm.
No.
In the past.
Wow. Expecting me to remember
And I do.
things that happened on this show. What kind of podcaster do you take me for? Your first wrestling crush.
And that in and of itself is a clue.
You've talked about them before. Are they Canadian?
They're not Canadian, but they share their real life name with a Canadian musical icon.
Sting's not a Canadian musical icon, is he?
Mm-mm.
But Sting would have been in the worst match of all time. What's the chat saying? I can't see the chat because I'm in just regular old roll. So Laura,
Brian Adams.
Brian Adams. Who's Brian Adams?
He's a Canadian singer.
He is a Canadian singer, but he's also shares a name or shoot name with my wrestling crush. And then Ryan Sullivan says the crush pun.
You were really into Disco Inferno, weren't you?
Yeah.
Was it Mike Awesome?
Connor Crush.
Crush is Crush in his name?
Or Adams?
It's Crush.
Crush?
Crush was your crush?
Crush.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, we've talked about that before as I try to figure out what's going on here. Sorry, this is bad television podcast.
How hot is that?
I mean, it looks like just anyone else from the 80s.
Oh, it was
He's like, not him.
So hot. Anyways, that was the last one. Stumped you guys on the last one.
Yeah.
Crunch time. Or it's Crunch the Numbers with TFA.
That was fun.
So your first wrestling crush was Crush. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
When did you first realize Crush was, a dreamboat?
Honestly, it was the hair. It was the mullet. I was like, oh my god. Oh, Ryan's got the cutest dog.
And is that the moment you were just like, this wrestling thing could be for me?
Yeah. Let me get in there.
In the chat, and Lauren, you'll have to control things because I have like the worst possible luck when TFA comes on. Who was your first wrestling crush? Big Ben Ortman. Speaking of crushes, you crush it with that massive hog, brother.
Oh my god!
I saw that. His hog is so big it made its way into the non-chat room that I have right here. I'm trying to think if I had that wrestling crush back when I was younger, but I don't really. The first one I was like, I don't even know because
Stacy.
WCW. Yes. I was a WCW kid growing up because it was longer and it was 3 hours long and it was on earlier. They didn't really have a good women's division during that time.
Right.
So there wasn't oh my god, she's a dreamboat.
I was a Lita guy.
Lita guy?
Yeah.
Nice. That was a big. Lita, Trish was huge during that era. Chyna was always. I liked Chyna a lot as a wrestler. She was cool. Maybe I guess you could say Chyna.
Yeah.
If you think about it, I was a Chyna fan more than the others. I think she gets a bad rap. I don't think people respect her enough.
No, for sure.
But Lita.
Lita, definitely. That
Everybody.
tail, hot.
Yeah.
Did you say the whale
The
tail?
tail, yeah.
I haven't heard that phrase in a long time. That is true. And speaking of whale tails, if you want some more, head over here at 10 o'clock on twitch.tv/love wrestling for the ROH reacts with Kyle Sparks and Robert D. Felice. Terrible segue, but those two kill it with the ROH reacts. Oh my goodness, TFA.
Well, thanks everybody in the chat, and thank you guys for playing. I had so much fun writing those.
So we're going to have to do it again. You're going to have to send those to us. We'll just make it a thing. We'll make Zach whip us up our own Quizplex graphic.
Yeah, we need our own now, Zach.
Yeah, so I don't steal his and get him all upset. Seriously, Lawrence, I was sitting there right before the show, and I was like, oh, I have access to everything. It's branding. Let's just run down the list of shows. So TFA has officially been on every program Love Wrestling has to offer in the span of a half an hour. Oh, and she's made one more appearance with Firmly AEW Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. right here.
Can you guys hear Austin? He's getting so antsy.
Yeah, he's sick of this program.
This is gonna break something? No. Okay.
And how you're doing? There you go. Well, I think that's what we call a program here in the business.
Yay. That was a fun one. Thank you, guys.
So why don't we do this? Since Lawrence will have to kick us out. Lawrence, why don't you, since you joined us late, tell everybody where they can find you, what you got going on, plug your stuff. Then we'll have TFA plug her stuff. I'll plug all the weird stuff, and then you'll get us out of here, and we'll get to listening to Sue.
Oh yeah,
because I can't do it because I screwed everything up today, touching all those buttons.
Yeah, you can find me at KartSandyG on all the socials, and right here on Sunday for the brunch gimmick. We've got a big brunch gimmick coming up this week. We're doing our chip taste testing and just our general tomfoolery. So come check us out.
What
Sunday.
chips are you bringing to the mix?
Oh, I bought 3 today. One of them's like a specialty flavor. You have to tune in on Sunday. That's the cliffhanger.
Ooh, I like chips.
That's how I get the viewers.
That's how we pad the seats, as they say. Butts and seats, asses and seats.
Perfect.
All right,
TFA.
I got to say, before I get us out of here and do the send-off, thank you 1,000% for always filling in when JPJ is on vacation. You are officially, you're just the third beard. It's between 3 beards from now on. So tell everybody what you got going on, where they can find you, all that fun stuff.
All right. Well, on August 24th, come down to the Rec Room in South Edmonton Common for the Clandestine Society X Love Wrestling show. And then on the 25th, we've got LPW 18. And that is on Friday at the Rec Room, South Edmonton Common. That's going to be sweet. And then next month, I've got a bunch of shows lined up. Seattle at the Bumbershoot Festival, doing Boom, doing New, doing the LPW and Clandestine again. So
filling up that calendar.
Too full, but I'm very grateful.
Not full enough. You should book TFA all day. Everybody should. That's what we think.
Well, I think.
As I say, you mentioned that LPW show. Already announced we got Zoe Sager challenging Travis Williams for the LPW Grand Championship.
Go Travis!
That's going to be good. We already talked about, the Clandestine Society versus 7 versus the Rads in a triple threat tag. That'll be dope. So that's going to shape up. So as always, stay tuned to the Love Wrestling socials for more updates on more matches as they get announced. I'm sure that tomorrow morning we'll announce one as well. We always seem to do that on Fridays, heading into your weekends. So do that. But for me, I'm Pluggo. I'm not JPJ. Obviously, I'm not good at this. He was great. We miss him. But you can find me at Pluggo_ on all the social medias. You can find the show page at B2Beards on all social medias as well to stay tuned on what we got going on, who we got guest hosts, and what we got coming up. We got a fantasy football league. If you're interested in fantasy football, join our league. You can play us. I lost the championship last year because I forgot to start a quarterback in the championship game. Why is that me? And then you'll see me Saturday morning with Blair Pacheco from the Grainmaker Pod for Exposure, where we talk about all the independent wrestling that happened throughout the week, 10 a.m. on Saturday. And then I'll be filling in for JPJ one more time with Drew Nicholas on Firmly AEW on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So, yeah, that's where you can find me. But on that note, unless anybody's got anything clever to say, it's been a hell of a show. It's been a day. Stay tuned. Go over to Twitch at 10 o'clock for the ROH Reacts with Kyle Sparks and Robert Dude Felice on twitch.tv/LoveWrestlingCA. And until next time, friends, Sue, enjoy her. She's the best. Peace.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm gonna cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer gonna get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch your